Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, a short clip provided by the Russians by FSB showing a number of Russian missiles striking Ukraine's Western-backed missile program. So I'm going to show you a video with the facilities before and the facilities after they were struck. This is the video is not me doing anything about it, so you like it or not. Here is the article coming, or the video is from this article from Russia Today, the 14th of August 2025. Russia derails Ukraine's Western-backed missile program, FSB video. Moscow's forces have struck industrial sites producing Ukrainian Sapsan long-range missiles, the agency says. Russian forces have struck 4 Ukrainian defense industrial facilities producing long-range missile systems, caused colossal damage and stalling Kiev's domestic missile program, FSB Federal Security Service has said. So, in a statement on Thursday, the FSB said the operation mounted by the agency and the Russian Defense Ministry targeted chemical and mechanical plants in Pavlograd, the Dnipropetrovsk region, as well as the Zvezda plant in State Scientific Research Institute of Chemical Products in Shostka, Sumy region. So Dnipropetrovsk and Sumy, here is Dnipropetrovsk right here, Sumy is right here in Ukraine. Right, let's read further and see the video. This is the way it's gonna look. The impact of strikes has been confirmed by satellite imagery and open source intelligence. The FSB said the Ukraine, with NATO's permission, had planned to use Sapsan long-range missile for strikes deep into Russian territory. And I'm quoting, thanks to the joint effort of the FSB and Russian forces, Ukraine missile program plans have been thwarted. That's it. Okay. Let's see, I hope we don't have a sound, but let me check it out first. All right, so now it doesn't have a sound. All right, let's put it this way. Ready, set, and go. So these are the facilities. Now, supposedly that's the way they were, and it's the way they are now. Not very clear. I know this image is very clear, but after the strike, this is not as clear. But it shows damage up there in the northwest, or 11 o'clock. The way these guys show is like they're all flattened and blown up. You see, these are in color, and the other one color but not clear. Do you like that? I don't like that. All right, so this was the video, my friends. Let's see what else these guys have to say. The agency described the damage to Ukraine's military-industrial complex as colossal, and he said it was far surpassed Kiev's spider web operation that targeted strategic Russian aviation in early June. Well, spider web was a successful operation. I don't know what the I don't know what the expectations was, but even the fact that they did it at once in so many locations, that was a success. Moscow said that the Ukrainian attack, which involved dozens of drones, damaged several aircraft, but dismissed Kiev's claim that approximately 40 warplanes were destroyed. An unnamed FSB official told TASS that the Sapsan missile system were developed with financial support from Germany and assistance from foreign specialists. So they're going to show you a little bit what's going on here. The Sapsan is a Ukrainian tactical ballistic missile with a warhead weighing around 480 kilograms. That's about 1,000 pounds. The missile can travel at speeds of over 6,000 kilometers per hour. There's about 4,000 miles per hour. and has a range estimated to 700 kilometers, which would be about 500 miles. The FSB published a map outlining the Sub-San range with a large part of western Russia, including Moscow, being within the kill zone. Yeah, if it's right here, but if it's, yeah, let's say here, they can hit Warsaw, probably Berlin and others. But they don't show you that, because these imbeciles, they think that the Ukrainians or whomever is going to get these missiles systems will only hit the Russians. If tomorrow these guys are cutting their aid to Ukraine and Ukraine goes roguer, not rogue, roguer, they could turn towards you and hit you fuckers. Anyway, so let's go and see what else these guys are saying here. In May, Chancellor Friedrich Merz announced that Germany would fund Ukraine's domestic production of long-range missiles. With whose money? The Germans' money? The banks' money? Ultimately with the taxpayers' money, because they will see the inflation and they will have to pay it through taxes if it's a loan. Or with a Russian loan, although he did not loan, but frozen receipts. He did not specify the type of weapon. The German Defense Ministry also stated at the time that investing in Ukraine's production would enable Kiev to have a substantial number of long-range weapons this year. So it seems like it's done. Zelensky has since threatened new long-range strikes deep inside Russia, saying Kiev will do everything possible to bring the war onto Russian territory. Well, you can't blame the Ukrainians. I mean, however they look at it, they're at war. So when you're at war, you try to hit back, not only defend, counterattack. So the video was as it was. I don't know if it was accurate. It was, how to call it, photoshopped, or how you want to call it. But to me, it was strange that the first videos were so clear, and the next ones were not so clear. What happened in the meantime? Were the first ones taken from the Americans and the second one from the Russian satellites? And the first ones had quality, because we have quality? I don't know, my friends. If this indeed has happened the way they reported it happened, then yes, indeed, it was a very successful strike in Sumy and Dnipropetrovsk. On the other hand, I know, and probably you also know, that the German factories are not located in East Ukraine, are located in West Ukraine. So from the tactical, and not only tactical perspective, let me show you. Why would you put your factories right here in Sumy, by the border with the Russians, and Dnipropetrovsk by the border with the Russians right here? Why wouldn't you do it where you have them? In Lviv, right here, across the border from the Poles. Or right here, where they said they're going to have it exactly here. This is Rheinmetall. Rheinmetall, the Germans said they will have it exactly here. This is Hungary. This is Romania, two NATO countries. They said we'll build it right here. So in order for a Russian missile to come, it's to come like, and right there, this is like the Thermopylae, whatever you want to call it, with 300 Spartans with the Persians. This is the only pass. Otherwise, you have to cross into a NATO country's over a NATO country's airspace. Therefore, you narrow it down. Even if you do it right here, it's still enough. I mean, this is not a big distance right here between these two. You can put a few air defense systems right here, 1, 2, and then you have the factory here, or 3 of them. What are you going to do? So the same. I think these factories are not, or maybe here in Ivano-Frankovsk, this is another one. They have them right here. They don't have them by the front line. So I'm just saying, I have no idea, my friends, if that's the case. But I'm just saying, wouldn't you plan to have them over there? Were these built without thinking ahead of time? Is it because the resources are coming from Donbass and you brought them close to Donbass so the raw materials come fast? I mean, in the war, remember in the Second World War, where did the Soviets move their military industrial base? To the Ural Mountains, goddammit, 1,000 kilometers to the I'm just exaggerating, to the east. So these guys cannot get to them. Why do you think these guys were trying to get to the Caucasus? Not only for the oil and gas, the Germans I'm talking about, but also they were going to their industrial base. Why? They moved them from the front because the Germans were coming. They built factories thousands of kilometers inside Russia to the east. So these guys probably did it faster, remember, with all this help from the West, faster in the West Ukraine. So, I don't know. I just report here. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.